So what is the state of the game? We lost Toaster. I've got no personal problem with Toaster. Toaster, if you're watching this, farewell. It was indeed nice to meet you. I did not necessarily intend to play very long with you for a couple of reasons. The first one being, I kind of stole your idol after you posted the clue. It wasn't really your idol, it was nobody's idol, but I did pounce on that clue and I did go get that idol. Um, if you found out about it, it felt like a problem. So you were a bit of a liability. And also, you were not as engaged as I kind of wanted to be in this game. But you were a cheese. And we played codenames together, we fought together. So it was a pleasure. And I do hope to see you again sometime in one of these contexts. So, why did that happen? How did that happen? Look, between Jose and Sally, Jose is playing the game a bit more, at least he certainly was. My best approximation for what might have happened is this. I don't think Jose wanted to go. I think he wants to keep playing pretty badly. Sally, I think, is more than fine to just sort of do whatever. Don't get the sense that this game matters that much to him. What I think happened is that Jose looked at the numbers, can very easily tell that going into the merge, and I think he was probably also guessing that the merge was coming. If we lose one more cheese, we still have 6-5. If we have 6-5, that's still numbers. And you know what? Better to vote out one of your own now and maintain numbers than go to rocks. I can appreciate that. I don't know how much I agree with it. If that is what happened, to me, that just means that, Jose kind of lost the game of chicken and balked first, before they had the opportunity to axe one of their own. It would have been nice if we could have held numbers. But we're all in a very interesting position now. Here is kind of how I'm seeing things. The priority now is to develop a couple of onion alliances. Just layers. As I'm seeing it, once Jose comes back, we will have to immediately form a 3 between Taste and Jose and myself. He will be expecting it, I would assume, and frankly, we are kind of expecting it too, and I do hope that in that space, he'll be free to be more honest. That is the second layer to the onion, that is the Taste and Chili dynamic. So right outside of Taste and Chili at that core, looking to make it to Final 2, because by the way, with 11, sure seems like Final 2 is likely, right? You don't want to have any kind of weird voting breakdown. So Final 2 would be kind of nice, especially if it could be me and Taste. That would be fun. So we've got Taste and Chili. Right outside of that, you got Jose. And right outside of that, it's probably Merc. That does not mean that that is a legitimate 4. I don't know if it's a legitimate 4. I don't know if the Mafia 4 is legit yet. We will need to see kind of where everything settles. And additionally, Taste and I think we've done a decent job of downplaying our relationship. I think people know that we're aligned, but not as tight as we are probably. I don't think anyone would guess that we're idol brothers. So as I'm seeing it, we will have that 4, and then the idea that Taste and I kind of have is we'll each talk to Merc separately. Maybe even float some conspiracies about getting the other one out. We'll see. To essentially get a read on where he's at. Then you've got the interesting dynamic of Haschel and Spokes. This is probably projection to some degree, but I just have a sense that they are just another taste. Another Taste and Chili dynamic over there. That's what it feels like. That's just what it feels like. So my gut is telling me that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm wondering if they have Jose. They might have him. If they do, good on them. We will hopefully be able to ferret that out. The X factor here are all of the other people who we have kind of deemed loosely as the sleepers, who seem to be lovely enough people, but not really playing this game at the level of intensity as everyone else who I've named so far. So, the X factors here, who, by the way, I think are ultimately going to be the ones who determine the outcome of this game more so than probably anybody else, because their votes are pretty much up for grabs. The X factors are Chaos and Drake, Sally, Blaze. I always forget. Who the hell else is there? It's not Jose. Who voted with Jose? It was Sally. So yeah, it's Sally. It's Sally, Blaze, Toaster's gone, right? So it's Sally, Blaze, Chaos, and Drake. They're the X Factors. We need to work on Chaos. I believe that Drake is tight. I think Drake is not going anywhere. I think she's happy enough to stay sort of aligned with our side. Chaos, I think, is also pretty solid. Perhaps more solid than I initially thought. It does seem like Chaos just was not as socially engaged, but very much wants to play the game to the best. I think out of all the sleepers, Chaos probably has it the most in him to pull some shit at a decisive moment. Like, if there is some kind of a blind side that it is actually orchestrated by any of those sleepers, I think it's likely to be Chaos. Sally is easily the biggest wild card, which is why I wanted to vote Sally off. I don't know Sally from Adam. Don't know shit about Sally. Seems nice, and that's all I've got. So Sally scares me. Blaze is interesting. Seems to be kind of a where the wind blows type of player. I don't know what to make of Blaze. Wouldn't mind seeing Blaze go relatively early. And in fact, that might be the first vote that I would advocate for, as it is indeed a beef that I don't think anyone has any attachment to. Beef, it's in their interest to keep Blaze around. Beyond that, I don't know. I don't see it. So, Blaze scares me. I don't know what Blaze's deal is. So we probably look to get rid of her soon. But, hey, I think, unless this is a wonderful fake out by the moderating crew, and if so, bravo, I suppose, but you don't throw a crate and a crowbar at opposing tribes and don't make them think that this is Merge. It's Merge. And if it's not, that's on you guys. I'm not going to feel bad about having egg on my face. I'm just fully committing to the idea that Merge is happening tomorrow at 10. And I hope to be around for some interacts. By the way, I've made it kind of clear that I won't be around. I think I'll be around, and I think I might stay very quiet and hovering over my confessional window to interact with anything that should come immediately. There's also, by the way, a chance that another idol's out there. Merge might mean a new idol. Whether Cena chooses to hide it in the same fashion, I don't know. But I'm not discounting that another idol could come out. I'd like to get my hands on it. Not so that I have it, but so that nobody else does. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to the Merge, though. Sitting in Ponderosa is much better than sitting nowhere else. So, worst case scenario, I will have a say in who wins this game. Best case scenario, I win this fucking game. We'll see how it goes. So excited.